1. This is Archive of 12. This is a JT Music song, a FNAF Ruin rap. I don't know what FNAF Ruin is. I've mentioned this in a... I want to say it was Rocket Music's most recent FNAF song. Maybe not. I don't remember. It was a FNAF song that I reacted to within the last month or two. And I mentioned the fact that I am not as familiar with the FNAF lore as I was back around Ultimate Custom Night. That was like the last time that I really kept up on the FNAF lore. So things have kind of gone off the rails. Originally, I thought that things had gone off the rails so much they actually deviated into an alternate timeline, but people have informed me through the Mimic song that I reacted to that that's not the case. Like, all this is still inside one timeline. It just has progressed further, which confuses me all to hell. But who am I to say anything about that? Like, I'm not a fan of playing the FNAF games. I like watching people play them. I'm a fan of the lore, but I'm not as familiar with it as I used to be. So I have no idea where we're going with FNAF Ruin. But I suppose we're going to find out. Link will be in the description below if you want to watch that, my commentary, because I will be pausing. I will be talking about it. And without further ado, let's get started.
What am I doing? Lost in this ruin. How did I end up like this? I got no blueprints on how to get through this. Left to my own devices.
When you get nothing at all to build a pole. Locked in a dungeon with only the dark to fill your home. Sailors are watching, a part of you as you fall apart.
Okay, so FNAF experts, is this the Mimic? I feel like this could potentially be the Mimic, based on context that I received from the last reaction that I got. Also, who was the one who did the intro? Andrea Storm Kaden. Okay, that's what I thought. I wasn't 100% sure because it didn't say it. Normally, JT Music puts like any other guest on here, but all he has is CodaAnim there for the animation, which, by the way, the animation, fantastic. But I wasn't sure who the opening vocals were. I suspected it was Andrea, but I wasn't sure. Andrea did a great job of opening this song up.
Nothing at all to build a pole. Locked in a dungeon with only the dark to fill your home. Sailors are watching, a part of you as you fall apart. Coming to nothing because a monster's all you are. It gets harder and harder to heal when that's all that you hear. It becomes what is real.
When your heart starts up again, what kind of rhythm will you find?
Could it be a song?
Without autonomy was not quite something anybody could design.
I guess we were wrong.
I know that love and hunger are my only drive. Without the other is a problem for my mind. 'Cause if the love is gone, but not the other one, a lonely appetite is all that's left inside. In my life I've dreamed up some lovely things, but this won't be one of them. In my time I've seen lots of ugly things, but I'm far from done with them.
One thing that I noted in the last JT Music song that I reacted to, which was his Erd Tree song, his Elden Ring Erd Tree song, was that a lot of the time JT Music has a fun-loving, even if it's sinister, it's still a fun-loving, almost happy-go-lucky styled beat to it. This one lacks that a little bit. Like, it's still upbeat, but it's upbeat in a way that's so sinister in a good portion of the song that I'm not getting the fun-loving part from it. I'm only feeling the malevolence, which I can't tell you how happy I am to say that, because while I do enjoy a grand majority of JT Music songs, I do find that they do sometimes hit a specific happy-go-lucky beat, even if the song itself is not supposed to be. This one feels a lot more sinister and manipulative, which I'm happy to hear, because it feels a lot more along the lines of what I would want to hear from a song. Especially a song as dark as FNAF. Five Nights at Freddy's has a lot of things going for it when it comes to like the indie horror genre. Lively and upbeat is not one of them. And I'm really happy that this song, at the very least, is focusing more on like feeding into the horror theme and not so much the traditional JT music happy vibes. So that's a win in my book.
Left me to my own devices. Let's see how to get decisive, because if I got a choice, I'm making mine. Tell me who I gotta thank. Was it Frankenstein? It's
Ironically enough, though, the moment I unpause it, we get to those like upbeat vocals. Like, they're still sinister in all respects, but they're sinister in an almost upbeat way. So I don't really know exactly how to make what to make of that, because I was literally just praising how it seemed to deviate from that, and I was actually happy about it. The song itself has been fantastic up until this point. I don't mind the upbeat tonals. I guess my main point of pointing them out is that it happens in almost every JT music video. So it just feels not redundant, but almost expected, you know?
true. I took after you. I learned what a good first impression will do, but I never even got a little light to guide me, so I wouldn't say nice guy quite describes me. My copy, paste and parts, had such a hateful start, a demonic entity. That's what I am, a part of humanity. I've never been. Your mortal skin will not suffice, but flesh and steel might feel real nice. I wouldn't call this trick mimicry if I just improve what you've given me.
And I think I know what it is that's causing that. Like the thing is, it's the speed of the rap, I think. JT Music is very well versed in being able to rap rather quickly, but in doing so, it causes him to, you can tell that he's having fun in the lyrics. And that's not a bad thing at all. He's enjoying singing it. That's important. That's very important. But it does also leak into the way he's singing it, and so you get this feeling of glee in the vocals rather than dread. And I think is almost inevitable. Almost any rapper that raps quickly has that. DPS does that. Like when he raps quickly, even if it's like hardcore and malevolent, it still is also seems very gleeful and upbeat. Like, I think that's just the nature of the way you're supposed to rap while rapping that quickly. So I don't really know if there's anything that you can do to make that sound more malevolent outside of like altering your voice. But I don't like hearing vocal tones altered that much. So it takes away from the enjoyment and makes it harder for me to understand. So it's just a trademark, I suppose, of JT Music, because it happens all the time in his songs. Some of those songs, it works very well in, but the darker, more malevolently toned songs like this one, sometimes it just sticks out a little bit. And I've noticed that as I've listened to a lot of his older songs over and over again, like even if it's a song that is very oppressive in theme and vibe, it still sounds upbeat when he gets to the fast rapping parts like we just went through. And these are just like moderately fast. Like if it was something like what DPS or Rustage does, which are super fast, like it would only get worse. It only gets like more noticeable, I guess. And I don't really think that there's any way to get around that. Do I think it's a bad thing? No, I don't think so. JT Music especially has made it something of a trademark of his to be able to rap that quickly and allow his glee to go into the song. And that just becomes the nature of the song. Do I think that sometimes it can occasionally sound out of place? Yes. But I guess now I've spoken about it twice on JT Music Songs, and I'm not trying to sound like I'm nitpicking it. I'm only reacting to what I'm hearing. That's basically all I'm doing. And what I hear is someone who is gleefully rapping about like murder and mayhem. Makes it sound just a little psychotic, which for some songs can actually work in their favor, you know?
In my life, I've dreamed of some lovely things, but this won't be one of them. In my time, I've seen lots of lovely things, but I'm far from done with them.
Gotta move it. See, monkey do. Take something old, make something new. Those shiny toys look nice to use while you're employed. 5 nights will do. When your eyes are broken, try some new ones. Buy to old friends, why not use them? I knew they'd get recycled. My blueprints came from psychos. See the new reality that surrounds us. Seeking out the key to life, but it found us. My voice will take you round this carousel till it breaks you down. This megaplex ain't mega clean. You'll never get to Gregory when you live for dead. Right next to me, we can reminisce reflectively.
In my life, I've dreamed of some lovely things.
And see, in that particular part right there, where the fast rapping making him sound gleeful actually made him sound incredibly intimidating and psychotic because it was the tone of the song. The first part where I was like just babbling about, it didn't really fit very well. But now we get to the second part and it fits very, very, very well. It was very well done there. So that's what I'm trying to say, is that like sometimes it might sound a little out of place compared to like the tone of the song, and sometimes it fits the vibe of the song perfectly. And in that case, it fit it perfectly in that second verse.
But this won't be one of them. In my time, I've seen lots of ugly things, but I'm far from done with them. In my life, I've dreamed of some lovely things, but this won't be one of them. In my time, I've seen lots of ugly things, but I'm far from done with them.
Gotta move it.
CodaAnim did such I don't know if can you hear that song that's ticking in the background? That's, I think, his first Five Nights at Freddy's rap. I think that's the song from his first Five Nights at Freddy's rap. That was ticking off in the background there. That was a clever little nod to the first one. It was either the first or the second, but I'm pretty sure it was the first one. Overall, for one, can I just shout out CodaAnim? CodaAnim did a fantastic, amazing, supernatural job in animating this song. It was absolutely fantastic, and I loved every second of it. First, that's the first thing. The second thing is that while the first part of him rapping quickly sounded slightly out of place compared to the tone that came right before it, that second verse knocked it out of the park. Like, that fit the vibe to a T. This song needed a little bit of psychotic element to it, and he delivered in that second half for sure. The chorus was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed Andrea's part on this, and it just ultimately, like, eventually just meshed together into something that was truly wonderful. So yeah, I guess I don't have anything else to say about it. Thank you for joining me. I am Minecraft 12, and I will see you in the next video.